Well, it's time for another unapologetically real episode of Taboo Tuesdays, the space where we rip the covers off of topics people whisper about but rarely confront. Today's topic, autism. Our West Calix Forbes has the story.
This is Taboo Tuesdays, where we talk about the uncomfortable topics, challenge the status quo, and confront the silence. I'm West Calix Forbes, and it's time to get uncomfortable.
Autism, a word that sends parents into denial, classrooms into confusion, and communities into silence. A word that has been mocked, misunderstood, mishandled, and yet it touches more lives than most are willing to admit. I sat down with Carla Gibson and asked, what is the biggest misconception about individuals with autism? Her answer hits deep.
One big common misconception, especially in our society, is that people with autism, or especially children with autism, that they don't form emotional connections, that they aren't emotional, and that is not true.
She didn't stop there. She dropped a truth many of us don't want to hear. Autism is genetic, and in many cases, if one child has it, others may too. That means there are families across the country facing this in silence. Children struggling, parents guessing, systems failing, and no one is saying a word. Carla said something that chilled me.
Most times, to be honest, as of late especially, once kids are diagnosed, by that point, parents aren't in denial anymore. They've accepted it. They may not scream it from the mountaintops, but they typically aren't hiding. But we are still coming up against a lot of parents that don't even want to get their child diagnosed. When you have a child that gets diagnosed with autism, parents go through a mourning period. You grieve the child that you thought you were gonna have, right? And I think a lot of times parents, want to avoid that as long as they can.
Let that sink in. And then we address the elephant in the room. Why is it so easy for Bahamians to joke about autism or other disabilities?
I think it is a cultural coping mechanism. I think that we make jokes about things that make us uncomfortable. And so I don't think it's unique to autism or neurological disorders. Personally, for myself growing up, some of the experiences that I had, and I was just like, as you get old and you experience other cultures, you're like, that's not okay. We need to learn how to have hard conversations.
And that conversation is necessary. Autism doesn't need pity, but understanding. This has been Taboo Tuesdays. Let's keep breaking the silence together.